Irving!
Where did you come from?
I don't know. What are we doing out here?
This was always something I wanted to do at some point on the show, was just have an innie wake up in the middle of a snowy forest and just, how did I get here?
Did you wake up on the ice too?
Yeah, what about you?
On the cliff.
Episode 204 was very challenging because it was all snow, and so creating the visual landscape for that episode was one of the more fun things that we got to do.
We all had so much fun filming that episode. We were in the wilderness together, and it was such a breath of fresh air to go from being in an office with sort of pharmaceutical lighting to just like the wide open expansiveness of nature. And we had a real, true, wild experience.
You know, parks are insanely hard to shoot in, so we went and scouted it with the rangers and stuff to explain to them how we could build this without disturbing anything. We had to build, I think, about a quarter-mile bridge over all those trees out of scaffolding to get everything in because we couldn't touch one thing in this forest.
Minnewaska was a lot. It was a lot for the crew. We're used to being on our sets and not going out that much, so it was difficult, but it was nice to get out.
You have followed the path of Kier and Dieter and reached Woes Hollow.
When we thought about episode 4, like what Lumon would do to send them on a quote-unquote, corporate retreat, I think one of the main motivations is they want to scare the hell out of them.
They wanted to be outside, so it was like, okay, you want to be outside? Let's go outside.
This is the tallest waterfall on the planet.
He tells them that because it's the truth. They have never seen a waterfall before. So to them, it is the tallest waterfall in the world.
Sorry if I'm distracting you from looking for your wife.
Any Mark is somehow beholden to help his Audi find his wife, but at the same time, his life is all on the inside and he has no connection to Miss Casey.
Mark starts to realize maybe getting Gemma out of here isn't my first objective. Maybe it's a little more important to take care of myself.
You know, there's a kinship between these two people that is innate, and I think what the show explores in all of its scope is the ways in which we're different in different environments, and does that sort of kinship carry over between characters as you shift from innie to outie.
In many ways, season 1 was about childhood, and season 2 is about adolescence, because the characters are starting to get a sense of themselves and valuing their independence over their outies. And of course, one big part of life for a lot of people is having a first romantic experience. Those sort of clumsy initial steps at figuring out who you are as an adult and as a person.
Hey, kid.
Irving.
Irving questions who hell he is and is willing to expose that, I think because he has a little less to lose, because his life is so much more empty without Bert there. What we learn is that Helena has been posing as Helly since they came back.
It's a really tricky thing that Britt had to do, being Helena pretending to be Helly, and she really didn't want to tip it so the audience could see what was going on. But I think Britt's performance is incredible in that you don't doubt for a second that it's Helly, but then if you go back and rewatch it, you're going to see all kinds of things that are only perceptible to someone who knows.
Who would have the power to send their Audi to the severed floor?
I'm sorry.
No,
Irving!
We've gotten this huge reveal with Helly, but in doing that, Irving may have taken himself off the game board. What the fallout of that is going to be for Helly and for Irving especially is huge.
May Kier's mercy follow you into the eternal dark.